So in cutting our hand, we're also going to create a box frame for the hand where the two sides of our hand is going to be. So before we start, you're going to draw your straight line. After you draw a straight line, which will give you the guide in calculating your box frame. So now we are going to make use of the bisect. We are going to make use of before we use the bisect, we'll make use of the length. So you apply your length, you are going to put your length plus your 1 inch. You take it a little bit inside, you do the same thing, then you draw a straight line connecting your 2 points of your length. So after that, you check to make sure it's correct. You add your 1 inch. So after that, you draw a straight line connecting the two lines. So after that, to complete your box frame, the next thing you are going to do is you are going to use your bisect. Whatever your bisect is, either 16, 14 or 15. So whatever you use. So for this very hand I'm using is 16. So you are going to do 16. After you do 16, then you plus 2.5. So this is the bisect, which is 16. So you are going to do 16. You are going to do 16 plus 2.5. So whatever it gives you, you put it, you add your 2.5 inch allowance. So from 2.5 inch allowance, you are going to mark it all down, straight down, till it meets the point where your length stops. Then you connect all the dotted lines together. You connect all the dotted lines together like so. You connect all the dotted lines like so. So after that, you are going to divide this. You're going to divide it into 2. From this point, your bisect divided by 2. So whatever you get from this point from inside, you divide it into 2. Whatever your 16 divided by 2 is, you mark your 8 inch, that's from the inner line. Then you draw your line to connect it like so. So now we have 2 sides of the box frame, the smaller side and the big side. So please pay attention. So next thing you are going to do is that you are going down by 2 inch, and this 2 inch you are going down with is a standard for everybody. It's a standard. You are going down by 2 inch. Then from there you go down, measuring your half length of your sleeve. You go down, you mark your half length. After you measure your half length, you measure it on all the lines to get your dotted lines, so that you connect it from there. Then you measure your bisect, divide it by 2. When you divide it by 2, then you minus half inch to get that very point. Then you do the same thing for the other side. Also. Then you connect using a straight line, using a ruler to connect all the dotted lines. Connect it this way. Make sure your lines are all straight. You connect them. You connect it this way. So after that, you have to pay attention to this now. So after that, you are going to start your measurements. So from this point, you go in by 1 inch, and you add half inch. Then you go to this place, you go in by half of half. After that, you go in by half. After that, from this very line, you go in by 3/4 of an inch. 3/4 of an inch. Then you go down 3/4 of an inch also on this line. Then you go to this other line, you go in by half an inch. You go in by 1/4 of an inch. You go in by 1/4 of an inch on this very line. Then on this other line, you go in by half inch. Then this other line, you also go in by half and go in by 1/4. Then you go out by 1/4 of an inch also here. Then you go in here by 3/4 of an inch also. Then you connect your dotted lines. So before you connect your dotted lines, so you're going to connect this line like so using your master curves. You use it, you connect it like so. Connect these 3 points together, and connect this point and this point also together, this edge and this point also together. So after that, on this very line, you're going to divide your bisect, which is 16 by 2, that's 8. Then you mark your 8 inch, then you go in by half. Then you draw a straight line connecting this point and this point on a straight line to your 8 inch that you first mark. To your 8 inch, you first mark to your 8 inch, you draw a straight line. So after drawing your straight line, you go up by 1.5. Then you curve it. You create a curve like this. Then from here, you measure from this point to this point. You measure to get the center of your hand, of the space, that the distance, that's the center of the distance. After you get it, then you add half inch. Then you connect this point to this point, this point to this point, then this point to this point. So let me connect it. You use your French curve or whatever ruler you are using to connect all the lines. Then this will connect with the upper part of your suit this way. Then you bend your ruler and connect that point to this other point like so. The way I'm doing is, please be careful. If you don't understand anything, you go back to the video and start watching from the beginning, because the sleeve is a very sensitive part in suit making. So we've gotten the curve. If you are good with freehand, you can use freehand, but preferably if you have the ruler. So now you connect this point to this point also. You connect this point to this point, then you connect this point to this point also. So from here, you get the center also. You get the center line, then you add half inch. Then you connect this point to this point, this point to this point. You connect it like this. You're going to connect it like this. You connect it like this carefully. After that, you connect this point to this point. You connect these 2 points together like so, like this. Then you make every adjustment with your free hand. You make your curves to come out well. So this is what we have for the upper part of our sleeves. So remember, when we cut the suit, we had a circumference. So you are going to measure your circumference this way. You measure it to see if it gives you the same thing as what you measured on the circumference of the suit when you cut it. You measure it this way. Then you put it to continue measuring and see if it gives you the actual circumference plus 1.5, because that 1.5 is what you are going to use for your gathers on the hand to make it curve. So if it's okay, you leave it like that. If it's not okay, you adjust your drawing. So from here, we're going to go in by 3. Then you go out by half. You go in by 3 also. Then you go out by half also. Then you connect this point, that's from your sleeve length point. You connect a straight line, and you connect the other one to also a straight line. Then you connect this point to this point also, straight line. So this we're trying to get our sleeve for the hand. So this is the process you get in your sleeve. Then you also connect like this. So after that, from this line, you go down by half. From this half, you go down by 2 inch. Half. Then from here, you go down by 2 inch. Then this other point, you go up by half. From that point, you go down by 2. Then the same thing you did here, you do the same thing. You go down by half, go down by 2. You go up by half, go back by 2. Then you connect the lines, you project it, all the lines should come out. Then you project it this way, project this way, project it this way. So after getting the 2 inches of fold allowance, so after doing this, you are going to go from this point, you are going to measure 7, then you go down by half, 6.5. Then you do the same thing for that one, you go up by 7, then you shift a little bit and go up by half. Then you connect these 2 lines together to get your slit. After that, you measure 2 inch or 1/3. There's no standard to that, whatever you want to use. Then you connect it this way, and you connect the other one too this way. So after you do that, you are done with your sketching of your sleeves. So this is how your sleeve look like. So you are cutting off all these places are going. So please, if you are yet to subscribe to our page and you find any of the video useful, please do well, so that subsequent time as I drop more videos, you get a notification for whatever video I drop. Thank you for watching.